Hello. Ah. Hello. One more stream left. Hi, Cece. Hey, Negapole. I'm stressed. I'm a little stressed. Hey, Tori. I'm a little stressed, but it's good. How are y'all doing today? This music sounds like, what does it sound like? Spanish or something? I don't know. Hey, Ice. My weekend was nice. We had a new friend move up to Seattle, so I got to meet him, and yeah, that's most of what happened. I drank a lot yesterday. Hey, Saren. Hey, Maya. Hey, Dan. I'm happy to see you. New friends up in Seattle. People are always moving here. It's non-stop. We gon' marry the prince. Yeah, I agree, Saren. I agree with the sentiment. Okay, I will check my P.O. box tomorrow. That makes it. You get as much sleep as you need to, Dan. Absolutely. I'm sorry, I'm a little sleepy myself. So, do you remember where we have left off with this? Speaking of, oh god, don't remind me about Tuesday. I'm so. It's fine. It's gonna be great. Yeah, I hope things get better, Dan. I'm glad that your friend was found safely. We're in the brig. I'm gonna cry. I don't want it to happen. The only way out is through. The only way out is through. It'll probably be fun. Cries. A tear came up out my eye. Hey, Thorn. Why, Maya? Because it'll be the Paul route? Is that what you're gonna say? Team Paul. Oh, is it? Actually, let me check and see. Nice. Oh, wow. This is a lot closer than I thought it would be, except for Gerard and Jared. Sorry, guys. You guys are definitely not. Sorry, Gerard. Nobody wants to see Gerard. You're worried about releasing it to the public? Birdie? Oh, God. What a difference between those two routes that would be, you know? It would be a big difference. Through sheer force of will, through willing other people to vote. You don't trust the I mean, I don't trust the public either, let's be honest. I think it's fair not to trust the public. No, Bird. I mean, but I really love Jacques' route. Then again, a lot of the things that I would be able to say behind the scenes of that are a little personal. So it's like, maybe it's better not to do the Jacques route. Yeah, I think that's fair, Maya. Hey, Ken. I'm very sorry, Ken. Gerard only has 2 votes right now. I don't think it's gonna work. It's kind of like voting in an American presidential election. It's like, at this point, it's not gonna work, so why would you vote for Gerard? You know what? I'm proud that it scared you. I'm like, I feel a little bit bad that people were scared, but I'm very proud that I scared people. I think that that means I did a good job if I scared people. Like, seeing Jared's reaction to it, I felt terrible, but a little bit pretty good about it. Man, I don't even know. PBG feels more canon. I don't even know. What am I gonna even... Am I gonna have to think of stories before I start playing? How do I prepare for this? I don't know, guys. It's fine. This must be what authors feel like when they go around reading their books aloud to like colleges. They're like, so what do I do? Do I just talk about my book? What do I do now? I don't know. I finished reading it. What do I do? Just wear the hat. Okay. Yeah. I can wear the hat. Man, if I could wear hats at work, I would take it to work for sure. Hey, Lily! Probably a lot of... I mean, hopefully you guys will have questions or something that you're interested in knowing, and you guys can help me out. It's always... I'm the kind of person who, as soon as somebody... Like, if I'm put in a room and somebody says, talk about this thing, then I'm like, I don't remember anything about it anymore. So... Hey, Reavers! Work's been good. Honestly, I like my coworkers a lot, and so the work's been pretty fun because of my coworkers. Satch is your favorite. Not a lot of people say that Satch is their favorite. Maya is sending me a Team Paul hat. The stream is on Tuesday. Oh god, it's on Tuesday. Oh god, no! It's fine. At least I'm gonna be at work all day, and that's gonna distract me from my impending doom. And not only that, we're gonna be playing it for like the next little while, cause it's not gonna end. Like the first stream is just gonna be chapter 1, probably. Okay, Cece. Hey, Dino. Coworkers can make or break a job, and we I played ping pong with one of my coworkers, and that was nice. That's how I knew. I played ping pong, and I horrendously embarrassed myself by, like, I was trying to intimidate her, and I, like, made a big deal to the entire room. There were other employees, to, like, the entire room. I was trying to intimidate her, and I locked eyes with her, and I dropped the ping pong ball, and I hit it. And I did hit the ball, and it went, and like, boom, 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 bounced around the room. And everybody laughed at me. And that was when I was like, I'll be fine here. Interesting, Thorn. Yeah, it took most streamers at least 2 streams to finish chapter 1. That's exactly why it's not gonna be until the choice is made that we pick whose route to go on, so that it gives people time to vote. However, I realized this earlier. The choice between Paul and Jared is gonna be made earlier. So whoever is leading the polls at the time that Paul and Jared, like whoever is higher between Paul and Jared is gonna be the one that I choose. So there's that. And if Jacques or Ian wins, then we're gonna go and do the whole thing over again. I can save files. I made the game. I can break it. It will not be as long as Steins Gate. Also, it's not gonna take very long. Like, I'm gonna probably maybe get a good ending. I don't know if I'm gonna get a good ending, honestly. I don't remember what the choices we programmed in were, so. Hey, Lobster. So, let us get married. Probably. I mean, I know he's pursuing the princess right now, but he's gonna marry us. Probably. I feel like we haven't made any bad choices. Jared's is more adorably hilarious. Have you finished Jared's route? Oh, it most certainly is not as complex as Steins Gate. It is the sunlight, again, that rouses me in the morning. For those first moments, I don't quite remember where I am, and I roll up against a stone wall when trying to get out of bed. Then, of course, it all comes back to me. Princess Cassidy, the betrayal, Oscar. Where is he now? What is he doing? I'm sure he made it back to our room safely. He's perfectly capable when he tries to be, but then... No. No point in thinking about it. There's nothing I can do about it. There's nothing I can do now at all. Nothing but wait. This is a really interesting story choice, by the way, to be like, okay, now we're gonna put our main character in prison for the second half of the story. You think we made a couple of bad choices? Are the bad choices that we made the parts where we didn't date the princess? I may as well go back to sleep. How often do I get the chance to lie in with my regular occupation? But as I should have expected, it's not quite so easy to convince my body to return to slumber. Instead, I lie awake, staring up at the stone ceiling. I wonder how many blocks there are over my head. I don't believe that complexity is the same thing as it being good. But yeah, Shane's route is more complex for sure. Hey, Allie! Alas, counting them more than once, just to be certain, still takes up very little of the day. Inactivity is a luxury that quickly becomes a burden. I can't blame Oscar for longing to take action. Well, if resting leaves me restless, the sensible course is to move and keep moving. Hey, Nico! I stand and begin to pace a pattern across the stones of my cell. Nothing too energetic, not when I don't have the luxury of being clean afterwards. Still, it wouldn't do to let my body fall completely out of practice. Not that I have often been called upon to use my skills in the heat of combat. A good companion is a noble's last line of defense, one that should remain in reserve. I have more experience in sparring or chasing off boisterous drunks than I do in resisting assassinations. I will defend what needs defending, but I could never become a fighter for hire. I could never kill for coin. That man who tried to murder Cassidy, what was his motivation? He called her an imposter. According to Dolores, there have been rumors about Cassidy being an imposter for many years, but everyone who's actually seen her knows them to be false. The impression she gave was that it was the commoners, kept at a great distance from the sheltered princess, who nurtured such beliefs, and that anyone of noble birth repeating those whispers would be seen as ignorant and ill-bred. If even the palace guards have doubts about her identity... No, that wasn't a doubt. Prince Callum was right in that much. That man was a fanatic who intended to die for his cause. Whatever that cause may have been, if only we'd been able to question him. It's not my concern. Except that it is, if Oscar intends to involve himself in Gwelenor's affairs. If Prince Cassidy is in danger and Oscar is close to her, then he's in danger as well. I should have reminded him of that. But there's nothing I can do. I can't reach him. I can only wait and hope that he comes back. Yeah, it has been it's been a hot minute, Nico. After a while, someone brings me food. Bread, a bit of fish, and cold stew. Compared, absolutely, it's a better meal than we managed yesterday morning. Still, I would rather be there at the riverside than here, if I had the choice. But I don't. I can't choose anything. I never could. I've lived the life I was meant to, and what has it gotten me? Is this what my life was for? Ending up in a dungeon somewhere, forgotten and alone for something I didn't even do? Go, Maya, go! I slam my hand down on the bed in frustration. Then I wince and cradle my fingers. These mattresses are too thin for pounding. Coo, coo! Oscar! I rush to the window. Hi! Pleased to see me? Pleased to see you in one piece. Did you get a message to Cassidy? Yes, but it turns out it wasn't totally needed. Like you said, I'm still an honored guest. That means I still have to attend the anniversary functions. Because otherwise it might look like an insult to Osendoyer. That's good. That shows they're still considering your reputation. I've been good, Nico. I've started a full-time job, is what I've been doing with my life. Maya, Maya, Maya. let's just say that you could tell that I wasn't the one who wrote the Shane route, because I probably would not like Shane very much. And yet the Shane route is one of the most popular routes, so there you go. So you spoke to her there? We couldn't talk much, of course. Everybody was there. There's no way the guards would let her go off with me now. They might if she pushed hard enough, but they'd probably come along as well. So what did she have to say? Whose side is she on? I told you, she's a nice girl. She had no idea about what was going on, I mean. She thought it was Dolores in the dungeon, not you. It's a normal thing to think. It would have made more sense. Thank you, Nico. I appreciate that. Work's been good. You know, it's vaguely fun. It's work, but fun. Hey, Pony. Even Shane said that Asagao Shane is a jerk. It's true. Allie, listen. That's kind of my feeling about Shane's route. Okay. My true, honest-to-God feelings about Shane's route. And probably the reason that people like it so much, it's different from all the other routes for this reason. It's more of a fantasy, I think, than the other routes are. Or at least, I would say that it is. Because if a person is that mean, they're not gonna suddenly become unmean. That's a fantasy. That doesn't happen. Ooh, dang, Maya. So when she found out what her parents did to you, she wanted to stop the music and march right down here. I told her she should wait until I'd talk to you first. Shane's stream was great. Is that alright? I want you free, but I thought you wouldn't want us to rush and make a mess. You're right, much as I'd like to be out of the cell. My confession and condemnation were public, and the charges attested by the king himself. Demanding my release would be an open challenge to royal authority. It needs something more subtle. Oh, Cassidy's first idea was even worse. She wanted to help you stage a jailbreak. So I could be a criminal and a fugitive. Well, she doesn't have your experience. She only wants to do what's right. At least we know we can trust her, if nothing else. But I'm concerned about you, both of you. Cassidy's too innocent for this sort of situation. And I? I don't actually know what I should say here. Do you guys have ideas? Getting better? Maybe? Yeah? Getting better? I don't want that to be like, you're getting better so you don't need me anymore, because we obviously want to stay in his life. Give him hope. Okay, you're getting... If you'd asked me last week, I would have said yes. And now? I'd still say yes, but I'll hesitate longer. How is that the same thing as you're getting better? He rolls his eyes at me. Hey, Egg. Oscar, there's an assassin out there. Maybe more than one. Have you thought about that? I don't know of any tutorials or books, but I don't know of any because it's actually pretty simple. If you're using RenPy, anyways. So I would really just use RenPy. There's a lot of other code that people who've made VNs put open source on the forum, so you can play around with it and experiment. It's, once you familiarize yourself with it, it's actually pretty easy, I think. So just RenPy in the RenPy forum and the RenPy wiki. Someone wanted Cassidy dead. If there's a plot, it may not be over. She could still be in danger. And as long as you're beside her, so are you. Oh. Do you or she have any idea what the king and his wisdom are doing about the assassin problem? No, I don't know. I should have thought of that. I should have thought of that. I should have thought of it earlier, and I didn't. Don't feel bad. We've both had our share of unexpected events lately. Hey, Zen! Oscar just shakes his head, ignoring my reassuring smile. It uses a derivative of Python that's a lot easier. It's a lot more simple. I'm supposed to be trying to plan for my future with Cassidy, and my smile goes lopsided. Yes, well, now you know. Be on your guard. I can't be out there, so you are my only eyes and ears. I need to track the assassin, and I also need to know what the Royals are doing so I don't run into them. Exactly. Guess I'd better go then. He looks up at the wall, gives a faint sigh, and begins to climb. He didn't even say farewell. Of course not. His mind is focused on the task at hand, protecting Princess Cassidy. I can only hope he's up to it. Our princess in the tower needs all the help she can get. As for the woman in the dungeon, what she needs is patience. I don't need a pair of impetuous young heroes rushing to my rescue. I'm not in any danger. They do make a pair, don't they? Oscar and Cassidy, paragons of goodness and virtue. They need me. Or is it the truth that I need... I'm not used to being alone. Really alone. I've always belonged to someone. I was my mother's daughter and my sister's shadow. As pathetic as it was, I had a place and a purpose. And then all these years I've been Oscar's companion. He's been the center of my world. Everything that I do, it's all about him. I don't want to find another position. I want Oscar and I to always be together. I want things to go on like they were, even though I know they can't. I'm just as much of a child as he is, aren't I? Yeah, she is. I need to plan for my future with eyes wide open and not cling to the familiar. Still, it would be a waste to throw away my connection with Oscar solely because it's familiar. He and Cassidy would need someone they could count on. They know they can trust me. It could be the best position I'll ever get. And if that means spending the rest of my life watching him and her together, then so be it. With that thought, I restore my sense of calm. I sit on my bed and I wait, and time passes. Footsteps? Good night, Dan. Be safe. You. On your feet. What's going on? You're being summoned. What? Where? Why? Summoned, he said, not released. I'm wondering if maybe removing Shane's option from the choice will help Maya. I don't know. It also depends on how many people come, because it's possible not many people will come and it'll just be us. Keep your mouth shut and come along. Don't give us any trouble. Us. Too many guards for me to have much chance of escape. I'll have to go along with them. My training has taught me that in a captive situation, biding your time and waiting for a better opportunity can be a mistake. You're already in a weaker position. Any time you spend to strengthen yourself, your enemies can spend as well, and more effectively. Surprise may be the only advantage available. If these men intended to kill me, it would be my obligation to escape at all costs. As things stand, though, with Princess Cassidy alerted to my plight, my only real risk of death should be if I were caught trying to escape. I think that what I'm gonna do is keep it to the people who come to the stream. Yeah, because why would you want to vote if you're not watching? It wouldn't make sense to me that just anybody could vote if they don't care. You know? Let's hope that's true and not just a comforting illusion. The guards escort me through the palace, back to the presentation hall. What's going on? There's no one here but the guards and a steward. No, here they come. A bubbling throng of gentility pours through the doors, laughing and gossiping merrily until they catch sight of me, the dangerous traitor. Then they clutch their pearls to their chests in fear, only to be shoved along by those behind them who haven't yet seen what the fuss is about. They weren't expecting to see me, so why have we been brought together? Suddenly, Princess Cassidy steps to the fore with Oscar close behind her. Lords and ladies of Guelinor, noble guests, and my esteemed parents, I have an announcement to make. Earlier this week, while I walked outside of my palace, I was attacked by an assassin. One of my own guards, or so I thought. There's no doubt in my mind that that man intended to murder me. If the sight of me caused consternation, this news stirs the whole loft. The princess frowns slightly and holds up her hands, demanding silence so she can continue. My life was only saved by the valiant efforts of one Miss Valois of Osendoyer. The crowds are still swirling as someone tries to make their way through. Therefore, I hereby pardon her of all crimes and bestow upon her the title of Honorable... And at last, King Friedrich fights his way through the central dais. Why did you guys think that this would work? This is a really stupid idea. Lords and ladies, thank you for your attendance. You are dismissed. Well, she's certainly done it now. Only the king's voice could have directed so many through such disruption. Friedrich, Paloma, Oscar, Cassidy, and myself are all gathered in a small room of the palace, completely circumscribed by guards. Outside, guests in various stages of fury or terror demand answers, only to be turned away. Inside, the king brings his own terror and fury to bear. Thinking! You have undermined the order of the kingdom for your own whims. I did no such thing. It was you who did that. Everything you said about Madeline was a lie, and you know it. But I didn't challenge your proclamations. I didn't reveal your lack of honor to our people. You say she's a traitor and a criminal. I say she's pardoned. So there. You have created pandemonium by inventing the threat of assassination. I didn't invent anything. It happened exactly as I said it did. He attacked me. Madeline and Callum saved me. You did already know that, didn't you, Your Majesty? From the look on his face, it would seem that he didn't. There truly was an assassin? How did you not know that? Didn't they tell you? Oscar, didn't you say anything? No one asked me. Is there any proof of this tale? If you don't trust me or Oscar or Madeline or my brother, you can go out and look at the body yourself. Unless someone's moved it by now. A traitor in the guard ranks. This is terrible. We must send for Callum. The Orph girls should be with him. Why would Dolores be with Callum? She's been assigned as his valet. What? That's ridiculous. Why would you grant her such a position? She should have been in the dungeons, not Madeline. The royal family owes a debt of honor, the nature of which is not for these ears. More important than the truth? Yes, it is. Those sad words puncture Cassidy's anger. I don't understand. I just wanted to set everything right. My darling girl, the world can never be set entirely right. What? The king dispatches a messenger to bring Callum and Dolores into this impromptu council. Enemies against us. If this is true, do you know whose service this assassin was in? All I know is that he called me an imposter and wanted me dead. An imposter? Marionites, it must be. Maronite? What does that mean? There are other possibilities, and they're even worse. Either way, there is a worm in the ranks. Now that our hand has been tipped, it will be much harder to investigate this man's connections. If you hadn't been so quick to force your bargains upon us, you could have uncovered the truth long ago. You never even asked me what happened out there. You didn't want to know. I had thought that at least you would speak to your own son and daughter, but you lied to them as well. I'm not sure, Maya. I don't appreciate your tone, young man. You have no idea how much is at stake. If that's true, Father, then it's because you haven't told us. How much else have you been keeping from me? How about my brother, for one thing? A well-timed arrival, Callum and Dolores slip into the room. The former page appears confused and displeased at finding herself in such company. Both, for now, choose to remain silent and watching the proceedings. Everything we've done has been for your safety. I understand that, but that isn't enough. Not compared to the harm that's been done. It's my solemn belief that no one in this room is trying to kill me. Not even Dolores. For all that she did, she never hurt me, and she protected me when I was in danger. I can't say that much for anyone else outside. So what good does it do to waste your resources causing trouble for any of us? Stop punishing my friends. There's something to be said for the wisdom of innocence. Is there? What's done is done. We must play the cards as they are laid. Thanks, Ice. Have fun. We have a great deal of work to do here. We must retrieve the traitor's corpse and establish some semblance of control. Prince Oscar, the Honorable Miss Valois, you are free to return to your quarters without guard. I understand. Come on, Maddie, let's go. Free. I'm free. Oh. I guess that worked. Why? Our rooms, Oscar's and mine. And yet they're not. I'm sure they've not appreciably changed since I've been away, but the feel of them is different to my eyes. Just another set of guest quarters within the Palace of Gwelinor like others I've seen. Not a sanctuary, not anything that belongs to us. The courtesy is an illusion which can be wrenched away at any time. We did it! You're free, and the truth is out, and everything's gonna be better now! Oh, Oscar, honey. He pauses, searching my face for a reaction. Aren't you happy? Apparently they didn't know that somebody was trying to kill their daughter, and upon being told that we saved their daughter from death, they're like, oh, okay, I guess you don't have to stay in the dungeon.
I'll support you.
Hey! Iwatsonia! Thank you very much for continuing to support the fold! Whee! Aren't you happy? We're hugging him. Hugs. Ah! Guys, look at how cute. Without a word, I bury my face against Oscar's shoulder. Moments later, I feel his arms wrap around me. He's grown so tall. Why am I trembling? Shh, you're all right now. No, I am not all right. But just for this moment, it's nice to lean on Oscar and believe. This hug. This despicable hug. I pull away, brushing my hair back with my hands, and take a deep breath. Hey, Maddie. We're both tired. So, I hugged you because I was tired. Goodbye. You know, when you're tired, you just start hugging. You and everybody. So many unexpected things have happened. We need time to take it all in. And after all that time in the dungeons, I really need a bath. Well, I wasn't gonna say anything, but... Right, I think I'd better go. I thought she was only in the dungeons for like 2 days. Oh. Alone in the quietude of the bathing room, I submerge myself in the water. Hello, Syrian. Beneath the surface, all that surrounds me is warm and soft and silent, but I can't stay down here forever. Even after coming up for air, though, my current situation is a vast improvement on what has come before. I'm free and clean. I have an honorific to my name, even if it was one granted under highly unusual circumstances. At the least, it should help to mitigate any dishonor I face upon our return to Osendoyer. Wait, so she was put into jail. She is a bad criminal, but now she is also the Honorable Madeline? What's happening? Definitely is, Maddie. Man, no, hugs are gross. If we return to Osendoyer. I need to catch up on what's been happening here. There are so many factors to take into consideration, especially the assassins and the dangers they may present to both Cassidy and Oscar. I need to build a connection to the royal investigations and find out what they uncover. The task in front of me is not small. However, just for the moment, I think I'll sit here among the waters and be still. Feeling better? Yes, thank you. Someone came by while you were busy. I didn't catch his name. Tall fellow, works for Prince Nazagi? Nazagi's valet? I don't remember him clearly. I think we only met that first night at dinner. He was quite boisterous and a heavy drinker. Those two details may not be unrelated. What did he want? Nothing much, really. He wanted to ask if his master could come and speak with me. I don't know why Nazagi didn't just come here himself. I suppose he prefers to be formal? Or he wanted to check that you were actually here before bothering to show up at your door. Why wouldn't I be here? You have been sneaking out of here lately. But he couldn't possibly know that, could he? I don't think the guards know that you've been coming and going, or they would have caused you more trouble. But I can't be sure. I haven't been here. That's true. Maybe you shouldn't be here now either. What do you mean? The message came to me while you weren't anywhere to be seen. They may not even know you're here. This is a conference between princes. There's no need for you to be involved? Bitch. But if you were waiting somewhere out of sight, oh, okay, never mind. You're using your brain. Okay, I'm cool with it. I'm cool. Then I might observe something unexpected. It's not exactly a complicated stratagem. It is, however, more devious than Oscar's usual choice of action on his own. After all, there's no reason for me to be involved. There's no reason for me to spy on them either. It's an easy beginning to working my way back into the web of intrigue in this palace. Fine, I'll do it. These are our quarters. It's easy enough to arrange a comfortable place to sit and watch the proceedings. Bye, Allie! Sometime later, a gentle knock signals Prince Nizagi's request for admittance. Ah, Prince Oscar. A very good evening to you. And is your charming assistant in attendance? She's busy. Such a pity. Why is Nizagi taking an interest in me? I've never even spoken to the man. Of course, you must have a great deal for her to do, now that she is no longer indisposed. I know I would find it most inconvenient if my own valet were out of commission at such a time. What is he getting at? Nizagi is a hard man to read. His sinister reputation shades every word he speaks. A shame about these events spoiling Princess Cassidy's anniversary, don't you think? A shame that you have to die now. Oh ho ho, such a shame. Good night, Nico. They're not spoiled yet. Perhaps not. After all, a clever man can find opportunities where others see only disaster. Watching Nizagi talk to Oscar is like watching a spider crawl over a child's face. I'm not sure what he's up to. I'm pretty sure it's nothing good. But if I jump in, someone's sure to get bitten. There are always opportunities. Oscar has no idea what Nizagi is getting at, so he's leading him along with empty statements, hoping to draw him out. Indeed. Unfortunately, it sounds like Nizagi may be doing the same thing. Hold fast, Oscar! Of course, even with the aid of such a charming valet, a clever man doubtless has many tasks at hand. The crowds will be thinner now that so many have seen fit to leave the palace. Particularly in such confusing times, a man needs all the allies he can find. Wouldn't you say? Perhaps. Should you have need of further support, please feel free to call upon me. He's offering his services to Oscar as a subordinate? If I had need of you. As it happens, I do not. The matter is well in hand. Your interest is noted. Perhaps we will speak again. I look forward to it. My best wishes in all your endeavors. Thank you. With smooth strides, Prince Nizagi exits the room, never turning his back on Oscar. I wait a few moments before coming out of hiding, just in case Nizagi returns. Suddenly, Oscar bursts into laughter. Did you see his face? What a backlicker! Ew, backlicker? Ew. God. Oh God. What does that mean? Oh no! Ew! He did seem rather unctuous. Ew, who licks people's backs? I mean, I'm not judging you if you lick people's backs, I just feel like I would never want to do that. If you rubbed him on the ground, he'd smear. He obviously thinks I've got a close connection to the princess here and he's begging for scraps. Or he's fishing for information. Either way, he's right. I know things he doesn't know and Cassidy likes me better than him. If I jumped at the chance to have his help, he'd think I was weak and that he was wrong about me. Instead, he'll be sure that I'm his best route to impressing Cassidy. Chasing him off improves his respect for my power. Right? Possibly, but I don't know. Only one prince can win Cassidy's hand, so how could you work together? You're natural rivals. Backlicker. Showing how well he can get along with his rivals makes him look more approachable? I suppose. I feel that there is a purpose to Nizagi's visit we haven't entirely spotted. What was that he was saying about people leaving the palace? Oh, I heard that while you were in the... earlier. You were naked in the bathroom. I'm blushing. Tee-hee, naked woman. Because of the fuss about the kidnapping and the assassin, a lot of guests are packing to go home. Hey, Squid! They're afraid the palace isn't safe. It's silly. No one's threatened them. But if all of Gwelenor's forces can't keep their most precious princess safe, then how can anyone else feel protected? That's the problem with making those dangers public. The herd feels threatened, so they stampede for safety. Hey, TJ! Nice! It might not be a bad idea to consider leaving ourselves. What? No! The situation here could turn very sour. Angry, frightened people react unpredictably. If someone decides that you or I are to blame for all this, they'd be more likely to think that if we ran off, we'd look guilty. True. I'm not running away with my tail between my legs. We've done nothing wrong. And I won't abandon Cassidy while she's in danger. She's my friend. Right. Friend. So, how's the romance going? Things have been a bit distracted. We've had more important issues to deal with. Instead of wooing her, he was rescuing me. I'm not more important. I was safe where I was. Cassidy's not the sort of woman who can ignore an injustice for her own entertainment. Making her think that I'm shallow and selfish would not impress her. You're right. I do like hearing you say that. Well, you'd hear it more if you... What is it? Nothing. It feels wrong somehow to tease him now. I know, right, Pony? I suppose you'll have to get back to the romance tomorrow then. Fresh start. Like, come on! She's being so passive-aggressive. I suppose so. There's something I could use your advice on. What's that? Should I tell her the truth? What truth? That I'm not in love with her. I don't think anyone expects you to be madly in love. You've only known each other for a few days. Nice, Squid. I mean, not like nice, but like nice. Courtship is for both of you to learn about each other, to develop those feelings. That's not what I meant. I'm asking, should I tell her about you? Oh. I'm leaning towards I can't make that choice. I feel like he should tell her about his mistress, me, because that means that he is gonna marry me. Can't make the choice? Can't make... Yeah, okay. I can't make that choice. I can't answer that. Why not? I just can't. The mood is disrupted by a sharp rap on the door. Is that Nazagi again? Before I can intervene, he reaches for the handle. You. Good evening, Your Grace. Whatever hooks you've set into the throne, be warned, they will not hold. You play a dangerous game. Leave now or be prepared to face retribution. With those words, he makes his exit, slamming the door dramatically behind him. What? That was unexpected. And suspicious. There's something up with him, isn't there? Callum and that Dolores girl both thought so. Maybe. We should speak to Cassidy tomorrow and hear what she thinks of her Dougal cousin. Yeah, I know, right, Negapole? Not tonight? Too unsettled. Too many people moving around if the guests are leaving. Not all of them are. No, tomorrow the board will be more clear. And by tomorrow the first investigation results should be available. Tonight at least, I'll have a comfortable bed, if not quite the freedom to enjoy it. By enjoy it, do you mean bang an Oscar? Because in that case I agree with you, and otherwise I don't understand. You have a bet. Why are you not free to sleep, woman? All around us are suggestions of danger. Suggestions, not certainty. Those who are most affected are also those who understand the least of what has been happening. The fleeing guests, Prince Nazagi, even Duke Farid. What do they know? The princess was kidnapped by her brother due to a mistake, not some foreign plot or internal power struggle. Yes, there was an assassination attempt, but not a well-planned one. Had there been more than one attacker or even a single one with a ranged weapon, events would have played out very differently. If neither Callum nor Dolores were in collusion with the assassins, then it would not have been possible for them to plan to meet us on the road. That means we're not seeing the orchestrations of a supremely powerful mastermind, but rather chance and mischance rebounding off one another. And now another unexpected change of course, Cassidy tearing off the veil of secrecy. There most certainly are forces working against us, but they cannot possibly have anticipated this outcome. They'll need time to regroup. I don't anticipate an attack in the night, but I doubt I'll sleep soundly either. I don't know where Gaston is. Yeah, he's probably enjoying himself and seducing his maid. Thus, he is behind it. The next morning, as we're dressing for the day, I sense something familiar. A faint pattern of sound at the edge of my hearing, a disruption in the depths of the palace. It's just like that night when Princess Cassidy went missing from the ball. Has something happened? The languid knocking on the door is rather anticlimactic. Best to be cautious. I wave Oscar out of the way and ease open the door to look outside. Dolores? Ooh, I'm not happy to see you either. With the door open, the distant hubbub is more apparent, but I can't see anyone from here. What do you want? Not to be in this hallway. Let me in or I'll go back and say you wouldn't answer. Fine. She slides past me and into our rooms. There's no way Gaston is Cassidy. Now that she is nominally an ally, Oscar makes an effort to smile at the former page. However, his charms appear to go unnoticed. What's the news? Nothing left but the feathers. Seems the palace guard didn't take too kindly to hearing word of a worm in their barrel. They're rebelling. Wouldn't I wish? No, they turned on their own. Nobody loves a traitor. And nobody wants to be seen looking disloyal, not after last night. What happened last night? Guards have been asking questions. Found a girl who was in bed with a dead guy, so to speak. A stupid girl. She told him they were wrong and her soldier was a hero. So they killed her. What? Regular lynching, I heard. That's horrible. Horrible to you? Your neck's not on the line. Every loose-tongued boot boy is telling tales on their rivals to prove how loyal they are. Maids are locking themselves in their rooms or running home to their mothers. Good night, Tori. And all the princess parties are cancelled. The anniversary celebration is on hold? That's what I said, for today at least. They're saying things will calm down, but I wouldn't bet on it. This is awful. He's feeling guilty, but whatever his choices, he had no way to predict that the guards would turn murderous. Why exactly are you here now? Oh right, the surly prince sent me. He and the little princess want your company. With all the storms about, he wouldn't leave her long enough to call on you, so I'm your escort. Surprised he trusts you that much, considering a few days ago he pretty much wanted you dead. The wheel turns. Who would you rather trust, me or the mob who killed the maid? You, certainly. Well then, even the royal brute can see that much. Oscar's not a brute. Tachi, aren't we? Not the prince I met. Callum, right, sorry. With so many people running for the hills, why aren't you? Don't think I haven't thought about it. All this chaos, I could get away clean, but... She shrugs, her lip curling. There's no benefit to me if I run. If I stick it out, I'm angling for a reward. That debt of honor King Predrick said you were owed? Don't know, don't care. Most likely he's got the wrong girl. One orphan's as good as another, right? I'm only here long enough to talk my way into a going-away present. Her motives are entirely mercenary and self-centered, but... all things considered, she is more reliable than an arbitrarily selected guardsman might be. We're grateful for your aid and guidance. He tilts his head to her, a courtesy that I'm not sure she recognizes. Please, lead the way. Blinking is a pretty new thing for visual novels, to be honest. We wind through the halls most of the way to Cassidy's tower without incident. That in itself is notable. Under ordinary circumstances, there should be more people crossing our paths. With servants and guests alike making abrupt exits, the halls are oddly empty. Hey! To a point. I demand that I be allowed to pass. No one gets through here without her enlightened highness's express word, my lord. But she has need of me. My beloved is but a delicate blossom, buffeted by the winds. I must protect her. I would gladly give my life in defense of hers. Get in line. How dare you speak to me in such a tone? My duty takes precedence over your etiquette, my lord. Her Highness's safety is paramount. Yes, of course, but... Excuse me, coming through. Who's this? You know who I am. You know who they are. Rules, Dolly. Don't call me that name. Nobody gets through without a name. Fine. Dolores Orff, Oscar Vosendoyer, and the Honorable Valois. Now move it. You can go through. I protest! Why are these allowed into my beloved's presence while I am not? They're on the list. Prince Gaston fluffs himself up to begin another impassioned monologue, but we're allowed to bypass the theatrics. My, what a guy, that Gaston. My first impression of Princess Cassidy's private quarters is that they resemble a rose under glass. Here she sleeps. Yeah, dang. Nice. Here she sleeps in her curtained bed upon a pedestal, wrapped in comforting waves of pink, at least until she suffocates beneath them. Still, tastes differ. Simply because I wouldn't like to live in such a room doesn't necessarily mean Cassidy feels trapped here. Oscar! And Madeline, how nice to see you. And me. I already said hello to you this morning. If I have to greet you every time you walk through a door, I'd waste half my day on hello. Oh. Oddly enough, it seems the two of them are more or less getting along. Princess Cassidy is indeed a very forgiving soul. No trouble in the night? For us? No. Did something happen here? Not that we know of. Callum's worried that my guards may not be perfectly trustworthy. He suggested we should all stick together. Do you have enough guards to go around? Laura said many of the staff were leaving the palace. Not the guards, though. At least, mostly not. It was a guard who attacked us earlier. No man can be trusted simply because he wears a uniform. Current rotations trust that those who have had previous opportunity to strike and not done so may be loyal. That may not be enough. Even a so-called loyal man can be bought. Until we know our enemies. There may not be any more enemies. It's turning against ourselves now that's causing damage. How's the investigation progressing? Cassidy sighs. You heard about the maid, Raquel? I heard she was murdered. That's too strong a word. Not for her family. What had she done? Nothing. That we know of. Wait, please, we haven't been here. Can you start from the beginning? Very well. The first actions were, of course, to retrieve the body of the assassin and identify him. His name is Devante, a relatively recent recruit hailing from the lands under control of Grandessa. A Grandessa? Aunt Marie, Mother's younger sister. I don't know her that well. She almost never visits the palace. She and Mother don't get along. This Devante was not well liked among the guards or other soldiers, at least not that anyone will admit. He reportedly spent a good deal of time in the stables, but searches there have so far turned up no sign of sabotage. It's possible the horses kept him company because no one else would. When we brought him back, no one spoke in his favor. Hey, Zach. Hi, Casey. Except for that girl. Yes, Raquel. She may have been Devante's lover, but no one's certain of that. All we know is that she defended a fallen friend and denied that he was an assassin. And so she was murdered in my name for having done nothing at all. Cass, stop it. You did not kill that girl, and she may not have been innocent. The mob may have done you a favor by taking out a dangerous rebel. She did hail from territory belonging to Duke Farad. Who, Raquel? She was a ninny with a head full of stars. She couldn't drown a mouse. That's right. You know the staff from the inside. Not well. You think they talk to me? A page is too good for them, and a proper page is too good for me. But Raquel, she was a funny one. No sense, all stories. Always wanted someone to have a secret, to be somebody special. Secretive, resentful, eager for something above her place? Not all that unlike Dolores as it goes. Sounds like a woman willing to take part in a conspiracy. Only as long as it didn't involve her actually doing anything. She was a useless girl who leaned on others to get her jobs done and couldn't keep her mouth shut. Maybe she knew something, maybe she just thought a tragic hero sounded better than a dead cutthroat. Could be she never even knew Devante, just wanted to be part of his story. Well, she is now. An unimportant footnote, soon forgotten. It's the forces behind her, behind Devante, that are of interest. And the only leads we have so far point back to Grandessa Marie and Duke Farad. What? What, the obviously evil-looking ones? No. Crazy. I don't believe you. Duke Farad married Sophia, the Grandessa's daughter. Now that they have a child, she, Riel is my heir until I have a daughter of my own, which gives Farid the strongest possible motive. Through Riel, he could become regent. Also, they hate everyone. Conversation is disrupted as eyes turn to Dolores. What? It's no secret. Even their people don't make any friends here. Hard folk, all of them. That's awesome, Squid. That's awesome. I remember eating some of his entourage at dinner my first night. They stood out like flies in a milk glass. Their clothing, their manners, everything was too rough. Hired muscle it could be. That might suggest he was expecting trouble and brought his own thugs. He stopped by our room yesterday evening. He said Oscar wouldn't be able to take the throne and that we should leave now or face retribution. He threatened you? That sounds like a threat to you if Farid intends to control the throne. What else do you know about Farid? Does he have support? Other noble relatives? No, I believe he was a clerk before his marriage. Mother said that Sophia had many suitors, but Aunt Marie drove them all away. She wanted her daughter to remain unmarried to stay in the line of inheritance. Because of Caspian, she thought there was a chance I might not survive. That's an awful way to think about her own family. And a very long-standing quarrel. Is there more to the separation between Paloma and Marie? Mother says Marie doesn't appreciate the responsibility that comes with wisdom. She said a king must always consider the welfare of his people and guide them by his actions. It's not enough to avoid being cruel. You must actively work for the greater good, or the weak will suffer. Pretty words, but they do little to explain the division. Well, not very kind, but Mother suggested her sister is more interested in herself than her people. She doesn't care to be involved in the details of agriculture, or commerce, or justice, so she and her husband stay in their estate and allow their lands to fall into neglect. So she's not very popular with the common folk of Quellenor. Oh no, she is. See, when they turn requests away, they tell the seekers they have the freedom to decide things themselves. So they think they're better off. Wah, wah. Also, she takes less of their coin in tax than the other nobles. What? No, she doesn't. She sets different taxes, that's all. It comes to the same in the end. Can't tell you that. Just what I've heard in the halls. Well, it's not true. That's exactly why Mother was criticizing. Marie takes in the same funds as any other lord, but doesn't use it as she should. Any hearth you hold, you must invest in. Or what's the point of having rulers at all? Oh, honey. Is that how you think royalty works? Oh, bless your untouched heart. That's why you will be a wonderful wisdom. Oh, gag me. So Marie promises her people more freedom and prosperity even though her promises are hollow. That's a dangerous combination for fomenting rebellion. She may have her own supporters. Those must be the Marianites that King Priedrich was talking about. I don't know, I think it's a little much for me, I think, Squid. But Aunt Marie can't be responsible for the attack. Family does not always imply loyalty. There's nothing for her to gain anymore. She gave up. Sophia's married now. Even if I did die, power would not pass on to Aunt Marie. She controlled Sophia's choice of husbands. Who's to say she isn't controlling Farid? No, she's dumb. She's too, it's like talking to a child. No, I don't want it. I don't want somebody that I have to tiptoe around things because they are too dumb. She's not dumb. She's just naive. But you know what I'm saying. See ya, Pony. Or Duke Farid could be acting on his own. They may have motive, but is there any evidence? Nothing as yet. I wasn't making it up earlier. What I said. Him and his folk have been keeping the maids out of their rooms. We're not gonna show her. No. No. I'm gonna tell you a little story. Once upon a time, when I was younger, like a teenager, I had a guy ask me out, and I said no. And his response was, okay, but I feel like the reason you don't like me is because you're so naive. You need someone to show you the world. You need someone to introduce you to things, and that can be me. And I was like, did you just try to convince me to date you by telling me that I'm stupid. I feel bad for him in hindsight. Because I really don't think that's... I really think that he messed up big time. That's suspicious. He asked... It was over Facebook, and I was like, what, like 15 or something at the time? I didn't know. He was actually like my childhood friend. I had known him for since elementary school. So it was more just like a... no kind of thing. You also said that you knew what Farrad and Sophia were plotting. I did? At the river. Oh, well that part I made up. Thought you'd be interested is all. Then if you have nothing useful to contribute, perhaps you should remain silent. Whatever. No, we do appreciate having you here. You've seen a different side to the palace than we have. Actually, I haven't seen much at all other than books and the view outside my window. Not until recently. I'm not very good at this, am I? My first attempt to push my own will in politics has turned into a disaster. No, it hasn't. Things are just confused right now. That happens. Why is the romance music playing right now? When I was a little boy, I used to get into so much trouble, I would think my parents would never forgive me. But then a few days later, the storms blow past and everything's all right again. Tomorrow, your guests will approach on bended knee and beg to be allowed back into the palace. The musicians will strike a new tune, and the play will go on. Do you really think so? It's hard enough to imagine one of your guards wanting to harm a sweet and generous princess. Ah, God! I hate you two as a pairing. You're so gross. More than one would be beyond belief. I'm pretty sure that my response was just me asking him, did you just call me stupid? At which point he grew incredibly frustrated because he had not meant to say that in that way. And I was like, I am not going to date you. And I stopped talking to him. And I'm pretty sure that's like the last time we concretely spoke to each other. So that's a little awkward. You are too kind. Faced with such a display of sugar, Callum and Dolores roll their eyes almost as one. Yo, same. I am loath to say I have anything in common with Callum, but I do. I wonder if my own face looks as sour. Whatever the morrow may bring, for now we must deal with today. For the protection of the princess, we should all remain together and on guard until tomorrow, then regroup. Until tomorrow? You mean spend the night in Cassidy's quarters? That's a bit scandalous. Oh ho ho. There's plenty of space if we find more cushions, and none of us are alone, so we're chaperoned. It'll be just like an adventure, camping in the wild. I don't think the floor of a royal bedroom quite counts as a camp in the wild. With normal service canceled, we'll need food and other supplies. Good God, you guys are acting like you've never seen... Oh! Royals. Dolores, get to the kitchen and... Oh no, I am not going out there alone again. She's right, it isn't safe. Madeline will go with her. I will what? The two of you can handle it, can't you? Right, certainly. Perhaps I'm being overly suspicious, but it seems like he's trying to get me out of the way. Suppose it gives him more time to make eyes at Cassidy. Oh my God, girl. Girl, you need to help yourself. Which is a good thing. I'm not a child to cry over spilled milk, and it's unbecoming of me to behave otherwise. We'll stop behaving that way then. Hey, Grandisle. Progress is being made. Our future looks promising so long as we can all remain safe until the palace comes to its senses. Oh, God help me with all of these people. As we leave Cassidy's chambers, we find the guards intimidating a meek little maid. Please, sir, I was only sent to deliver. Did you steal that? No, it's a present. He snatches the tiny box from her grasp and hands it to another guard. Have that checked carefully. See where it's from. Please, I was sent to give this to her enlightened highness. How do we know it's not poisoned? You could be in league with a pharmacist. No! Where were you the night of the ball when her highness went missing? In my prince's quarters. I think you know something you're not telling us. Maybe we should take you for questioning. Please, let me go. Well, it looks like the guards are still hard at work defending their princess. Yeah, it's a little frustrating, Zen. It's more frustrating that she's, like, pissy about it, because I'm like, yeah. You see why I didn't want to play Errand Girl. What do you think? Should we help this poor maid? I feel like we should help her. Like, she's crying. That dude seems totally unreasonable. Oh. Stand down, help her, of course. Yeah. Yeah, let's help her. Leave her alone. She's Prince Gaston's maid. She's not a threat. They're scaring her even more than I did when I broke into her rooms days ago. I can't imagine such a mouse is dangerous. After all, I know she wasn't involved in kidnapping Princess Cassidy. We've got orders. Your orders are to guard the princess. You've done that. She'll leave now. Very well, Your Honor. Cassidy's proclamation seems to have some benefits. That's that. Dolores and I make our way down towards the kitchens through the servants' hallways. It wasn't so long ago that she was guiding me through these same halls on my quest to rescue Princess Cassidy. At least, that was what I thought she was doing. Now I know it was nothing but a false trail. It wasn't a bad plan. She muddied the waters quite effectively. If her actions had been for a better cause, she might have been a good agent. The difference between us is that she wasn't serving anyone but herself. What will you do when this is over? You said you were planning to leave the palace. That's right. I want to set up for myself. Farming, maybe. I'd like to see something grow. So why haven't you? If you don't want to work here, why didn't you leave and be a farmhand? I don't want to be anyone's hand. My hands are for me. If I can buy land and grow my own food, I'll never have to rely on anyone else again. To get there, I'll need coin, that's all. That's why you wanted the ransom. But it wasn't yours. It wasn't right. Is it any more right that you're born with a silver spoon and I'm born with fleas? All I want is a chance to make the choice for myself, to be free. If I were free to choose my life. But no one is ever truly free. As we reach the servants' entrance to the kitchens, the door is suddenly opened from the other side. A woman steps out so hastily she nearly collides with Dolores. I didn't see anything! She hurries away. What was that? Afraid of thumbscrews, or thinks we are. Better get in before someone picks the shelves bare. She was stealing food? As much as we are. We're not stealing anything, we're taking it to the princess. The kitchens are supposed to feed her. And the servants are supposed to be fed as well, so what's the difference? If you're gonna make a run for it, you may as well take your share. Come on, I want to get out of here too. Are things really getting that bad? We return to Princess Cassidy's rooms, arms laden with bottles and paper packages of food. It doesn't look like there's been any trouble in our absence. Yeah, I don't know, what would they have done? What would they have done? They can't even have a proper orgy. They're brother and sister, two of them. That was inappropriate. I can't tell who's winning. Oh, the three young royals are seated around a table engrossed in a game of cards. I can't tell who's winning. Callum's face is smooth and composed, revealing nothing. Oscar and Cassidy, on the other hand, shoot challenging looks at each other every time they lay down a pair. The princess draws another card and laughs, her eyelids fluttering with delight. That's true, the guys could have fought. You're right, Squid. Oscar smiles at her expression, his cheeks glow. Oh, listen to that music change. Oh, look at them, so happy. I'm so mad that they're so happy. His cheeks glowing. I could ask for a seat in the game, but it looks like they have all the participants they need. It doesn't matter. Our role here is to serve and protect. I can do that just as well. At a distance. We are all together and safe. We have supplies, entertainment, guards. Despite the disruption, we'll be fine. And tomorrow, everything will be different. The Siege. Yeah, Dark, I actually really like this game. I'm making fun of it, but I really like the game. As expected, a night in the scented sanctorum of a royal boudoir is far more comfortable than one upon an open riven bank. Roughing it! Just like camping, a wooden floor may be unyielding, but not uneven, and the princess possesses no shortage of silks and pillows to cushion our rest. However, A rough transition. What wakes us in the morning is not the twitter of birdsong, but the sound of shouting. This time it comes from outside the palace. What's going on? Stay back. I'll look. Motioning the rest of us aside, Callum approaches the window. Keeping the bulk of his body safely away from the opening, he shoots a swift glance outside. There's a crowd gathering. We're surrounded. You're in a palace! What are they gonna do to you? Is it my guests? Are they coming back like Oscar said? Oh, honey. No, those aren't noble entourages. Those are peasants. Peh! Peasants. Gross. Peh! This is a modern VN. Yeah, it's a modern VN. I would say that the art style is pretty reminiscent of the 80s, though. Let me see. Oh yeah, they sound super angry. Through the glass, I can make out the people gathered. I mean, are they angry or are they at a football game? I can make out the people gathered below. Even at this distance, it's plain to see Callum is correct. Men and women of varied ages have gathered around the palace outskirts. I can even see a child who are there clinging to the shelter of adult legs. Most wear clothing that bears a strong resemblance to the blankets of my dungeon bed, rough and undyed. Some of them carry long sticks. Well, they were in a palace, not a castle. It's a little different, maybe? And they're angry. Commoners. Commoners? A mob. A revolt? I don't know. What? Why would my people be in revolt? We haven't done anything. Oh, girl. You're supposed to... Ah. I mean, there haven't been any new laws or actions recently that would provoke a response. Savages, savages. They're not like you and me, which means they must be evil. Lynched a maid, but that's just business as usual, we? Oh. I don't believe a single maid could have that many angry relatives. Perhaps if she came from a village further from the palace, somewhere that everyone knows everywhere else, the entire population might have turned out in protest if they thought she was murdered. What does Oscar know about small villages? He was raised in a castle. Yeah, Oscar, don't be stupid. Even I have no real experience in something like that, and I'm at the fringes of gentle birth. Hey, Lynn. Can't imagine they'd care enough to risk being next for the noose, just to cry over Raquel. I agree. That many people could never gather unless they saw something to gain. Yeah, people are scum! They're like vultures, waiting to tear us apart, but only if they can find a weakness. Yeah, people are scum! So edgy and dangerous and sexy. My people are not vultures, so pure and innocent. Ugh. I don't know what's wrong. Ignore them. Stand strong and they'll lose interest and turn away. The storms will blow past. That's what Oscar said yesterday, wasn't it? I hope he's right. In any case, my lady, we must tend to your needs. Ew. Gross. My mind keeps jumping to these places today. Oh, what needs are those? Your breakfast, of course. And I suppose you expect me to fetch it again. If you would be so kind, we'd be very grateful. Haha, we're royals who don't have to do anything. Right. Oh, did she just blush? Seems Oscar's sunny countenance is capable of thawing even Dolores' temper. What is a man? Alright, we'll see what's available. Hopefully some of the staff returned before the trouble started. Dolores and I prepared to head out into the palace hallways. Something truly terrible inside. It's a beast, he's as tall as a mountain. You can't pass. What? New orders. Nobody in or out, not even the princess. That's mad. You going to fetch their lordships their food then? Can't do that either. We're staying right here. What's going on? The guards quickly bow their heads to her. Your Highness, there's a large force arrayed outside the palace gates attempting to gain entry. They're trying to break in? No, they're standing out there having a party! The guards are hard-pressed to hold them back. There have been a number of injuries. Extra guards have been assigned to the lower windows to repel attempts at scaling. Despite precautions, we cannot be completely certain that the hallways are secure. Oh, I see, Dark. I see. I've never played that game. Until the threat is dealt with, no one may pass in or out of these rooms. It's not a mob, it's a siege. Hey, Bill Nye! We're dating the prince. We're trying to, anyways. The others are clustering closely behind me to hear the news. There's an actual battle at the gates? Surely the guards are better armed than the angry horde. Long rifles take too long to reload between shots. One man with a gun is no match for a surge able to absorb losses. Oh my god, they're humans, not rats! What's wrong with you, Callum? The guards are too outnumbered and the enemy too close. Shoot and you kill a few easily, but enrage the rest. Sacre bleu! We're not here to murder our own people. It looks bad to have piles of bleeding bodies lying in front of your palace. The guards cannot use violence to disperse the siege. Won't they inevitably be overwhelmed? Reinforcements may have been summoned from nearby barracks. The castle will soon be secure. It's only a few hundred restless villagers full of wind, lies, and ale. Not a everybody's awful. What lies? Nothing you need to worry about, Your Highness. If lies are being spoken about the crown of Gwelinor, I need to know. Well, it's the usual sort. Death to the impostor, long live the true princess. That sort. Death? Don't you worry, Your Highness. We know who the true princess is. We're all loyal here. Coincidentally, the color of his hair. Very coincidentally. Hang on a second, my computer is freaking itself out. Are you good there? Are you alright, computer? I believe in you. Okay, it's fine. Don't you worry, Your Highness. We know who the true princess is. We're all loyal here. Aren't we? Let the subhumans eat cake, am I right? Nice, Squid. Today's guard detail seems friendlier than yesterday's, but they won't be swayed from their orders. We can't leave. Oh no, we're trapped in this luxurious-looking bedroom with pretty people surrounding us. Oh no. Well, so much for breakfast. We'll just have to wait. We're not helpless. Even if someone slipped past the guards, we could defend ourselves. We did before. If they just let us through, we'd be done and back in no time. The guards are only following orders. It's not safe. I don't like being trapped in here like a bird in a cage. But you're used to this, aren't you? He's no longer speaking to me. His attention has drifted to Princess Cassidy. Excuse me, we were also locked up! I shouldn't complain about being held back for a few hours when you've waited so much longer to be free. It's alright. Sometimes I felt trapped here too. He's sensitive to her feelings even before she voices them. She needs that. Needs someone to look after her. The immediate concern is neutralizing this threat. Man, Prince Callum's starting to look good, because at least he doesn't already have a lady he's courting. Threat? You heard the guards. Those people outside are plotting to kill my sister. It's Duke Farad's work, it has to be. That talk of imposters and the true princess. With Cassidy gone, Farad would control the heir to the wisdom. Even with blood on his hands, it would take a civil war to unseat him. And Duke Farad's already inside the palace, unless he's left. Why would he? Here he has access to strike at our heart. Don't be afraid. He can't reach you. We won't let him. And a blue teddy bear. All of us, your guards, your brother, Madeline, me, we will protect you. I'm glad you're here with me, all of you. I'm not glad. If we had to be trapped somewhere, why couldn't it have been the treasury? Or at least the pantry or the cellar or something. Oscar laughs. I was trapped in a cellar once. Is he talking about? I was just a little boy and I had no idea how to be patient. When my nurses told me no, I went around them. And of course I thought that anything I wasn't meant to touch had to be a special treasure. So I snuck into the cellars and found this crate full of jam jars, the bottom crate in a stack, hidden from view. We are one. Oh, Dolores, you card! The crates were far too heavy for me to shift, but there was a crack between the planks where my hand could just fit. So I pushed my hand through the splinters to grab a jar, and then I was completely stuck. Oh, no! I couldn't get loose. I tried to stay quiet, but it was dark and my hand hurt, so eventually I tried yelling. But I was all the way at the back, and the kitchen above me were busy and full of noise. Nobody heard me. You must have been so frightened. It was awful. Oh, my life as a royal. It was awful. I was thinking of all the terrible things that could happen. Mice could come and eat my skin. What if nobody ever found me and I starved to death? What if rats came and ate me alive? That's actually a line. Yeah, but did you die, though? What if I couldn't hold my bladder any longer? What if someone found me after that? Callum's face twitches as Oscar's antics almost force him to smile. Almost. Callum doesn't smile. That's the funniest joke of all! Of course, that's why he's playing Jester. He's trying to keep our spirits up. So after a while, all I could do was sit on the dirty floor and cry. I'm pretty sure Dolores has an ending. Poor little thing. How did you get free? I didn't. I was rescued by a girl I had never seen before that day. A girl who was older and taller and smarter than me and promised that everything would be all right. She came out of nowhere and saved me, the one true hero of my childhood. Madeline, you rescued little Oscar from certain doom. It wasn't that dramatic. It was to me. You've always been my hero. Fudge! What the hell? Y'all, like, that was a sweet moment. We were all bonding for a second there. Madeline didn't want to kill Cassidy. I was vibing it, and then... Without warning, our conversation is interrupted by the sound of breaking glass. What? Something hit the window! Get down! It's a candlestick! I can feel the vibrations of an impact against the wall outside. What could do that? But Callum's right. It's too dangerous to look out the window now. Moments pass in tense silence. A stone crashes through the glass and onto Cassidy's floor. Has someone out there built a catapult? I know which window is Cassidy's. Maybe they're firing at random. What rock through yonder window breaks? These stones are too small to do any structural damage. If that's all they've got, we're safe as long as we stay clear of the line of fire. Yeah! A fiery arrow leaps past our eyes, burying itself in the rich hangings of Cassidy's room. Light this room on fire! This girl is on fire! Flames tremble, lick, and begin to spread. What do we do? Get out! Get out of here! We rush together into the corridor. You cannot! My room is on fire! It's the mob outside. They've broken through the windows and sent in flaming arrows. This whole place could go up. We have to get the princess to safety. Clear summation. He's working well under pressure. This party's lit. Yes, my lord. The guard begins to direct his companions to handle the crisis. You, get in there and see if the fire can be contained. You and you, start fetching water and sound the alert. I'll escort her highness and companions. Where are we going? To your father to regroup. We need his orders. Now move! The guard hustles us through the hallways. Fire, humanity's greatest tool and most dangerous enemy. Okay, I'll give you that. If that wasn't an isolated attack against Cassidy, if they repeat those tactics against other rooms, it's no joke to say that the whole castle and everyone in it is at risk. There are always some supplies prepared to handle accidents, but a large enough fire or too many spark points all at once? To prevent that, King Priedrich may have no choice but to turn lethal weaponry against his own people. So take off all your poofy clothes. We run down a corridor and encounter another guard. But this one has followers behind him, bearing sticks and wearing rough-spun clothing. The rebels have broken through. Oh, really? Yo. Death to the imposter. Run, I'll hold them off. Wow, y'all are like twins. The two guards engage in sword play. I read that as horseplay. just wrestling like two toddlers, while the rabble surges against them like a trapped flood. And so, we run. To the treasury? Have we lost them? There should be guards by the treasury. Look out! He grabs Cassidy's arms as she stumbles. Black coals are scattered across the floor, still smoldering. They're setting fires here too? No, a servant upended a bucket, that's all. He kicks the coals out of her path. I can hear screaming in the distance. We need to keep moving. Where are they? The treasury doors remain firmly locked, but the men who should be guarding them are nowhere to be seen. Instead, a figure sits slumped against a wall. A boy, years younger than Oscar or Cassidy, a large pink bruise swelling over half his face. I can see the shattered remains of a vase and a fallen portrait nearby. Looters have been here. That must mean there are more of them loose inside the castle than the ones we've seen. They could be anywhere. Get up, you. Move on. It's not safe here. He reaches down to pull the boy to his feet. Callum! What happened? For a moment, I can't see what's happened. Then my eyes register the flash of steel in the boy's hand and the blood on Callum's side. The imposter is here! Here! Come here! Dang! That's really rude of you! He draws back his knife and stares at Princess Cassidy, his eyes wild. I have to stop him. Okay, y'all, this is your decision. I am not making this one. Attack or shield? Shield, shield, shield. Wow. Wow, unanimously shield? And one stab. Okay, you guys are pretty unanimous. Shield it is. I know he's our enemy, but he's little more than a child. I can't bring myself to use what might be lethal force. There's no other choice. I step in front of Callum and Cassidy, offering my body as a shield. Stop! Please stop! But I flinch as I speak, knowing how useless those words must be. All of a sudden, someone pushes past me. A booted foot kicks the boy hard in the ribs, sending him spinning away. Oscar? The boy collapses to the floor, knife falling from his grip. Dead or unconscious, I don't know. We just kicked him in the rib. He's not going to be dead. Prince Callum clutches his wounded arm, trying to slow the bleeding. Hey, Guckin. The boy's shout has not gone unheard. I hear the thunder of approaching footsteps. The mob has our scent now. They're coming. Oh, and we're going to leave a blood trail. Move! Once again, there's nothing for us to do but flee. We're far more familiar with the ways of the palace than our pursuers, able to twist and double back, branch down unexpected corridors. It doesn't help. There are too many of them. They cry out, each to another, as we flee, and more join the pursuit. This time there's no friendly soldier to guard our passage. Sooner or later, we'll be run to ground. We dodge into a room and slam the door behind us. They're right on our heels. Callum leans against the wall, breathing hard. Blood streaks down the length of his side. Ah! We've got to stop the bleeding. The door bucks against me and I dig my heels into the carpet, wedging my shoulder against the wood. Get a table, chairs, anything! Cassidy appears paralyzed with concern for her brother, but Oscar and Dolores obey my commands. Together we pile furniture in front of the door. It won't hold. This door wasn't built to resist attack. Anything we can push into place, the mob outside can force away. However, there's an important benefit to giving ourselves that extra bit of space. It means that if one of the peasants has brought an axe, a blow that breaks through the door won't immediately slice into my skull. Looking over to Callum, I see Cassidy's tied together in makeshift dressing from scarves and other fabric. That should stop his life from leaking away, but it doesn't heal the wound. That arm is useless now, and worse. How long do you think we can hold them here? Callum's face is pained, but his eyes are clear. He can't fight, but he can assess the situation. Not long enough. They'll get bored and circle around. He gestures at the opposite wall, where a door leads into an empty corridor. Dudes, just go, leave through the, go. We have to get to the secret passage. That's what it's for, so that the royal family can escape when in need. We can't get out that way with all these people behind us. You're hurt, and it takes time to open the locks. This door will stop them for a while, won't it? If we hurry... The door shudders, and the three of us are forced to once again push back against the oncoming waves. Surrender the imposter! A makeshift barricade won't hold long enough with no one to guard it. We can get into another room, something with only one way in. And be trapped like a fox in a hole. Why haven't any of the other people gone around to the other end yet? We have to do something. We can't stay here. It's up to you guys again. Leave Callum behind? Well, we can't leave him behind. Secret passage, secret passage, secret, 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 secret. Secret tunnel! Squid has donated $5 and says, "Crash! Sudden glass breaking!" Thank you for scaring me very much. Oh, Zach. It's okay. I'm sorry that work's been awful for you recently. It's okay. Also, thank you, Squid. Also, I didn't get to read when Iwatsuno resubscribed. Said, I just got here and there's a corpse. What? Yeah. You can do it, Zach! We believe in you! Okay, let's go for this. You're worried about it? Why are you worried about it? Don't be worried about it, you silly. Are you kidding me? Please. We have to get out of the palace. It's the only way we'll be safe. We'll just have to slow the mob down somehow. Oh my god, Zek, you sweetie. You sweetie pie. Maybe we can set traps or keep leading them through doors and throwing things in their path. Sorry, this is supposed to be a very serious... Is that what I said? I don't remember. Nice. Maybe we can set traps or keep leading them through doors and throwing things in their path. It doesn't sound very convincing to me either. But what else is there? Someone has to distract them. Someone has to man the barricade and keep the crowd's attention here while the rest escape. No! Sacrifice Dolores! Oscar rests his hand on the hilt of his sword. Princess Cassidy, you must run. I'll hold them off as long as I stand. They shall not pass. I don't like this. Don't say crazy things. I'm not. As our eyes meet, I feel my heart drop into my stomach. He's deadly serious. And he'll be dead. They'll kill him. No, you can't do this. It has to be done. Not by you, because... I can't let you die, right? Right? That's the best choice. That, right? Yeah, I can't let him, yeah. Oh, hi! Hi, Arya. Can't let you die. Yeah, okay. Because I love you, right? I was waiting for because I love you to be there, TJ, but it's not. I can't let you die. Which is another way of saying I love you. I can't let you die. Why not? Because I love you, you idiot! Oh my god, it happened! Thank Jesus. Like, good okay. Took you long enough. Oh, that's cute. It doesn't matter now. Someone has to stay. Great, now he's gonna die. No. I will not allow it. Girl, what are you talking about? If one of you sacrifices yourself now, what happens the next time we face a problem? Or the one after that? Will you all throw your lives away just to let me escape? Not me. Thanks, Dolores. I know, it was like a really annoying smirk. Like, what a piece of crap. I will not allow my companions to be whittled away one by one in my defense. Oh, she's crying. I will not allow my companions. I'm tired of being protected at the cost of everything else. I'm not worth this. Oh, I guess we don't have a hashtag for Twitter. Should we get a hashtag for Twitter? What do you guys want the hashtag to be? You're my sister, and the heir to the wisdom. There's nothing more valuable than you. You probably could have presented that a little bit more convincingly. If my people want me dead, then I am heir to nothing. Listen, I didn't have a choice, Maya. It's only a few rebels. I will not run any further. She's still very pretty. She walks to the door. You, out there! I, Princess Cassidy of Guelinor, will surrender myself into your hands on 2 conditions. 1, you leave my companions unharmed. I can't hear any individual person outside, but it sounds like they're laughing. When I look around the room, I realize Dolores is gone. I guess it was too much to expect her to stand beside us to the end. It's hard to blame her for running. Yeah, we could just do hashtag the fold. I guess we could check real quick and see whether the fold is... Hashtag. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't seem too populated. We could use hashtag the fold. Hashtag take my resistance. Hashtag the fold seems good. Yeah, so if you ever want to tweet anything about the stream, hashtag the fold. We have a hashtag now. Nailed it. I guess it was too much to yeah. We could run too. It's Cassidy they want. Oscar and Callum and I could escape. No one moves. Whatever happens, we face it together. Hashtag cars cuties. I forgot about that. Damn it, Zach. No one moves. Whatever happens, we face it together. Sans Dolores, because Dolores is a joke. Y'all can choose between cars, cuties, and hashtag the fold. It is up to you. 2, you take me to your leaders to parley, so that my fate can be decided. Parley? Does she really believe she can talk her way out of this? It's too late to choose another path. Our course is set and we have to follow it through. I feel like we're all gonna die. The crowd jostles us along, captive, through the halls where so recently we walked free. No, you kind of ran. Cassidy's easy acquiescence seems to have blunted their bloodlust for the moment. The princess is pinched, prodded, and shoved, but not greatly harmed. The rest of us merit even less malice, so as long as we don't put up a struggle or try to escape. There's no point in damaging the land before it reaches the killing grounds. Wholesome slimes! It's the wholesome slimes, Zach! How could you say that? At least we will die with our lover. Romantic. The presentation hall of the Kingdom of Guelinor is very different from that of my homeland. In Osendoyer, the heart of the castle has never been filled with rebellious subjects, shouting for the blood of their ruler. You don't know that. How has this happened? This should be the strongest, most defensible point of all the land, and yet it has fallen so easily. Guards departed, staff fled, guests departed, staff fled, guards turned against one another. All other order upside down. You know, I was actually wondering the same thing. You prefer being called cute. But, like, the slimes in Slime Rancher are cute, so it's the same thing, except you're also getting called wholesome. And you don't belong to me, so there's that. There's no opportunity for escape. Each of us is restrained by many hands. Our weapons removed. Just look at Slime. Poll? Oh, you want a poll to pick between the hashtags? Each of us is restrained by many hands. Our weapons removed, our defenses exhausted. It is all I can manage to ensure that I'm allowed to stand near Oscar and Callum on the sidelines, while the princess holds the center of attention. Cassidy keeps her head high. I am impressed that she hasn't fainted dead away. All 3 hashtags. Does she have a plan, or is it the inevitability of death which lends her dignity? I am Princess Cassidy of Guelinor. Her pronouncement is met with jeers and calls of imposter. Who among you leads these people? Murmurs, shuffling. At last a figure steps up. You? I doubt that. We have no leaders. And who brought you here? We came on our own. We've known all along that you were a lie, a false princess to steal the inheritance of the true wisdom. Kate! Hi, Kate! Hi! Cries of, Lady Wisdom! Sophia! The lady! Sophia, Duke Farad's wife? But you silenced those calls and purged those who doubted, murdering the true believers. Hi, Kate. I love you. What murder? Your maids, your guards, anyone who questioned you. Raquel and Devante, perhaps? Those two deaths became the seed for rumors of deadly purges. Your death will restore the natural order. That's bullshit. Beside me, I feel Callum tense, then fall back again, gasping, his face pale and sweaty. Wait! You need witnesses. The guard looks as confused as I feel. There must be over 100 people watching as it is. If you kill me, you need everyone to see it. Guelinor's nobles as well. You're stalling. She probably is. The king and wisdom must be out there somewhere, trying to find us, and reinforcements were en route. I like this negotiation happening in the chat. It's really interesting to watch, honestly. But will they be in time? Think about it. If you kill me here, who's to say they won't produce another princess and claim that I never died? If I'm an imposter, what's to stop them from creating another one? Bunch of maroons. The rebel guard hesitates in confusion, but her logic is lost on the crowd. They have come here for blood. Yeah? Oh, what even happens in all of that route? Oh, right! Oh, right! Okay, I remember. I remember what happens in that route. What's your favorite route been so far, Zach? I will stand witness. To my surprise, I see the unmastered crowds part to let a single man walk through. Someone they respect and obey. Their true leader. What? The guy who looks really evil and everybody said was evil turned out to be evil. You motherless son! Good insult, Callum! From the heart of the grave, I will drag you down. Jared's and Gerard's. He does have a sweet coat. Oh, hell! In his hand he carries a musket! Dude, he's gonna kill us! I don't know if I've ever even seen this CG. I think, did we get a bad end? At this range, a thick ball such a gun fires could tear a hole through an armored man large enough to reach a hand through. There's nothing anyone can do. Ready? Aim. I think we got a bad end. The body falls lifeless to the ground. I think we bad ended it. No one can speak. All of us, crowd and captive alike, are transfixed by the blood that covers Cassidy's gown. Blood. From the rebellious guardsman whom Duke Farad just shot down. Oh! Hear me, all of you. I am Farad, husband to Sophia, father to Riel, a duke in this land. I am not your king. Before the eyes of the crowd, he seizes Cassidy's hand and raises it high. This is Cassidy, the true and only princess of Guelinor, heir to the royal wisdom. She is not an imposter, and I am not seeking the throne, not for myself and not for my family. Can it be that he is on our side? It's not enough. We're still completely outnumbered. All the mob have to do is shoulder their losses and charge. One gun cannot hold off an army. And yet, they hesitate. They're leaderless, directionless. I can see their faces turn, looking from one to another, wondering what to do next. A single feather could be enough to tip the scales again. One voice willing to speak up, to step out from the crowd, and risk being the first to fall. God, why do I feel like every wrong choice is gonna get us actually murdered? What do you guys think? Do you guys want to be the one to speak? Are you sure? Why would they trust us? I'm just wondering, why would they trust us? Thank you, Kate. Say something, I'm giving up on you. That you're just quoting all these song lyrics. It'll go badly, but a guy already died. Okay. 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 The mob needs direction. I will give them one. Hail Princess Cassidy! Hail the Princess of Guelinor! The crowd shifts, turning its focus onto me. And then another voice takes up my call. Hail! Hail! I quite agree. And now at last the true king returns. Surrounding him are clusters of loyal guardsmen, and more following in their wake. The reinforcements have arrived. Citizens of Guelinor, you are dismissed. Return to your homes and be grateful that I am a forgiving man. Leave now, cause no further damage, and you will not be arrested. Harm my daughter or those others with her, and I will see you hanged. The guards move out into the crowd, their faces stern and dispassionate. They refuse to be riled. We could have used a better word. The rebels, for their part, are losing the strength to resist. Their beliefs have been shaken, their advantages torn away. Fight combat-hardened men? For what? What could they gain now? Some struggle, more rooted to the spot with confusion. A few have sensed the turning tides and are doing their best now to flee. Yeah, where has he been? Among the latter are our own self-appointed guards. The man who pinned my arms now shoves me away with a curse and slips off into the throng, gone before I have any chance to identify him. Released by his captors, Prince Callum falls to his knees. I push a babbling woman out of my way to reach his side, only to find that Oscar's already there, tending Callum's wound as best he can. He needs better care than either of us can provide, but now he may have the chance to receive it before he dies. Atop the stone, Princess Cassidy still stands at Duke Farrod's side, watching chaos swirl around her. I don't understand. This was Marie's doing, not directly, but the wheels she set in motion. She poisoned the minds of those prone to resentment, those who wish to believe in revolution. Oscar kicked a small child. You're not wrong. A true princess denied, an overthrow that would bring back lost freedom and prosperity. What are you guys cheering about with the poll? Oh, nice. Nice! Congratulations, Maya! Your campaigning is paying off. Hey, Kaipon! A true princess denied, an overthrow that would bring back lost freedom and prosperity. Lies clung to by those who wished to believe that they alone knew the truth. Once I wedded Sophia, my belle mere's scheme lost its direction. However, conspiracy is not so easily unraveled. I've been fending off this aid for some time now. You never wanted me dead. Of course not. I want to protect my family, nothing more. All of these people are too nice. Years of whispers, rumors of an imposter princess. It was all the doing of Grandessa Marie? Hail! Paul's route! I've sent them, so hopefully they'll come, Maya. If the spark set had kindled a revolution It's been a week, shouldn't they be there by now? I don't actually know how long the post takes. If the spark set had kindled a revolution a few years earlier, her daughter Sophia would have become heir. But it didn't work. Princess Cassidy was too closely protected. There was never any way for conspirators to get close to her. Those few who did were high nobles who knew her wise mother Paloma and saw the lies for what they were. All the isolation, the distance it created between Cassidy and her brothers, was to guard her life. And so Marie's plan came to nothing, and Sophia eventually married and moved away from her influence. Hey, Tina! But the smoke couldn't be put back into the bottle. Rumors continued, and those who believed Cassidy an imposter still waited for their chance. When Dolores dragged Cassidy out of the palace because of Callum's scheme, it was clear the first opportunity anyone had for a clear shot. It was the first opportunity anyone had for a clear shot at her. And then when that incident triggered reprisals, it set off a wave of reactions from those who believed themselves part of a greater cause. Aww. I'm not gonna talk about Jeff's life. I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, next stream on Tuesday. On Tuesday, yes, I was also previously Jeff's roommate. That is a thing. We might all have died today, and for what? In the end, no one would benefit. Is this the inevitable outcome of grasping for prizes to which you have no right? Girl. Nope. Did not discuss. Nope. Nope. None. We had no input from any of the normal boots or hidden block guys. None at all. Until after the game was out. The arrival of the infantry could not bring an end to the day's troubles in one swift stroke. Angry voices still echo outside the palace walls. Rebels with more interest in loot than politics avoided the large gathering and are still being hunted down. For these reasons, we're once again gathered and guarded in a single room. This time one without windows, but with enough guards to chase away any ill-wishers. Callum slumps in a corner, his wounds rebandaged, but his mother the Wisdom has eyes only for Cassidy. Oh, poor Callum. My darling girl, my baby. Are you all right? Did they hurt you? She reaches for Cassidy, but her hand pauses in mid-motion. Is she so afraid of breaching royal decorum before my eyes that she won't embrace her daughter even now? Oscar at least shows no such reluctance. As the princess begins to tremble, he gathers her into his arms. I was so frightened. Shh, you were wonderful, a true hero. Yes and no, Kaipon. He did indeed. I did not tell him I did not really give him that much information about what was happening. I think today we're all heroes. Yes, you are. I cannot thank you enough for standing beside my daughter. Where's the other girl? Callum's valet? I guess this is all just stuff we can talk about during the stream. We don't have to talk about it now. That's what Tuesday is for. Gone. Dead? I don't think so. She slipped away during the standoff. Without the rest of us in tow, Dolores could pass herself off as either a looter or a loyal servant, depending on whom she encountered. Me too, Bill Nye. I mean, it should make sense because that's what happened. I gave him, I told him that I needed letters, and I gave him the least amount of information possible. That girl's a survivor. She'll be fine. Same, Kate. Yes, I suppose you are right. Miss Valois, the Honorable Miss Valois, I must offer you my sincere apology. Friedrich and I used you for our own purposes, knowing that you did not deserve the consequences. For your services, the Crown of Guelinor owes you a boon. If there's any reward that I may offer. For a moment I can hear my own heartbeat resounding in my ears. Royal favor, the culmination of all my efforts. I could ask for gold, all that Dolores tried to steal, and more. I could ask for a full title of my own, complete with land grant. I could have a hearth to hold at last. And yet, at my side I can see Princess Cassidy still nestled in the safety of Oscar's arms. Isn't that what I've been trying to achieve all along? What do I really want? what happens if we, what happens? What happens if we, what happens if we, what happens if, what happens if we, what happens if we, what happens if, what happens, what happens if we, what do you think happens if we, yeah? I'll save. I'm saving, guys. Don't worry. We can check both endings if we wanna. I'm not sure. I don't know which... I don't know. I mean, theoretically, the position would let us save. It would let us marry him, I mean, but I'm not, like, really sure. Maybe if we marry him to Cassidy, we'll be his mistress forever. So position for ourselves, is that what you want? What do you guys want? What do you guys want? What do you guys think? What do you guys think? What do you guys think? What do you guys think is gonna be the best? Oh heck. Okay, we're doing a straw poll. We're doing a straw poll right now. What do? Marry him to Cassidy. Marry him. But like us. With the position, hopefully. At least we get a house. Alright, alright, alright. Good luck, y'all. Good luck. I mean, Mistress isn't fulfilling, but what can we do? You don't know whether Mistress isn't gonna be fulfilling. You don't know. Maybe she's cool with being Polly. You don't know. Oh no, Kaipon, I'm so sorry. Have a good school day. Actually, no, I think we know that she's not okay with being Polly because she's been, like, clawing at Cassidy in her head this whole time. So I guess maybe... Oh, okay. Well, it seemed like a lot of you guys wanted to say marry him to Cassidy, but when you were given the choice, you picked house. A position for myself. Your illumination. Despite all that has happened, I've enjoyed my time in Guelenor. I would be pleased to remain here as your subject, and a member of your court. What? The reward I request is a grant of an estate, some manner of property that I can hold. Easily granted if your liege lord will release you. Oscar. Maddie. I take a deep breath and steel myself. Okay, hang on. You guys, are we gonna propose? Right? You guys want to propose, right? Bye, Kai. I'm sorry you're leaving at propose. Okay, we're proposing. My hands are sweating. Okay. One step down. The other, most terrifying of all, still to go. Prince Oscar of Osendoyer. Will you marry me? All sound in the room stops, but for a tiny squeak from Princess Cassidy. Shut up! Right now. She looks back and forth between Oscar and myself, blushes, and then steps out of the way. Oh yeah, you do. It is only him and me. I wait, that breath slipping away for his answer. Yes! We did it! Yes and yes and yes! With each yes, he brings his lips close to my skin, his breath whispering over my flesh. Stop that! You're making me shiver! That's the idea. Kisses sharper than a thorn, the reason Madeline was born. No, not the poetry. You're stuck with me in my poetry forever. Guys! The political turmoil in Guelenor was not completely wiped away with one afternoon standoff. Many of the dispersed noble guests had encountered trouble on the roads, and a number of criminals had to be tracked down and punished. The guests who had remained within the palace posed their own problems. Some had been injured during the siege. Others blamed myself or Oscar for the disruption, even after it was made clear that he had no designs on Princess Cassidy. and that she had no intention of marrying anyone in the near future. Thus, with Prince Callum's recovery and the need to support Cassidy, not to mention laying the groundwork for my new title, it was some months before Oscar and I could be married. His royal parents were not entirely pleased that I had stepped outside of my assigned role and swayed their beloved son with my feminine wiles. However, through our adventures, Oscar and I had forged close ties with the future wisdom of Guelinor. Therefore, this relationship did have some political advantages for Oscar's homeland. Former, of course, because the lands that Cassidy granted me were here in her kingdom. A small estate, but with good possibilities for future income and plenty of trees for Oscar to climb. We've been so busy recently that I've only had a brief chance to visit, but now... Are you ready to see your new home? Are you sure you're up for this? It is traditional, isn't it? Just don't drop me. I promise. That's really cute. You guys, it's really cute. You're stronger than you look. Sometimes I forget that too. I don't know if I could always be strong and brave. You're you. That's all that matters to me. And when you need a hand, I'll be there for you. You're very wise. That's my job now, to be your wisdom. Forever and always. Happy end! We did it! We did it! Oh my god! Thanks, Kaipon. You came back for cute. Bye, Kaipon. And now you guys see that I have played this game once before, several years ago. Do you guys want to see the other endings, or like how we feeling about this? Oh, Zen! Also, yeah, the packages that we use don't have tracking numbers because of the weird way that the system works with Store Envy, and yeah. Other endings? Ooh, congratulations, Maya. No, you're good. I kinda want to see what's gonna happen if we just tell him to marry. I want to see what happens if we tell him to marry her. I'm sorry if this is gonna be sad, but I just wanna... I don't remember what happens. Your illumination, the greatest reward you could offer me. I have, but not on stream. Would be the chance to better serve my master. As our visit has been disrupted by these events, I request that Oscar be allowed to remain in Guelinor. What? For at least 1 month, so that he and Princess Cassidy may get to know one another without interruption. That would be somewhat irregular. You offered me a boon. That is what I wish. Cassidy, are you in agreement with this? No boon is worth forcing unwelcome attentions on. I don't mind. Bitch, I'm not happy that you don't mind. Well, I do. Maddie, please, don't do this. You know how I feel, how you feel. Stop trying to deceive yourself. This is awful. Choose another reward, please. This is our chance. Don't throw it away. Ah! No! No, what is this? Oh my god. What do you guys want to, what? No. Oh my god. I'm gonna make this is gonna be another poll. What do you guys think? Do you want to see his heart broken? Do you want to see him torn into shreds? Oh my god, you guys are fighting. You guys are fighting. This is funny. This is a terrible... What game lets us make this choice? This is awful. I love this. He kicked a small child to protect us. His true love. Is it split 50-50? Oh no, 6 votes for stop, 4 votes for break it. We'll give it a couple seconds to see if it's gonna... We gotta do both by the end of the stream. Aw, no, Squid. This'll be it. This will be it. This is your last chance. Do you want him broken, or do you want your love? You want to see him break? Stop. Stop. It's, oh god, no, it's even. It's 50-50. Okay, you guys gotta do it. You gotta do it. Someone's gotta break the tie. Someone's gotta break the tie. Someone's gotta break the tie. This is really funny for me. I'm getting a sick sense of enjoyment. I don't know, it's up to you. Stop has 1 more vote than break it. Does anybody want to change their minds, or is that what we're going with? He is a sweet cinnamon roll. I did right, Chucks. Stop has 2 more votes than break it. Stop wins. Stop is successful. We change our mind. How am I supposed to resist when you look at me like that? You're not. That's the idea, isn't it? You're not playing fair. This time, I'm playing to win! Lol. Sweet, wonderful, beloved Oscar. Your illumination, I withdraw my request. Instead, I would be most grateful for a small estate, some manner of property that I could hold. Easily granted. Then, Prince Oscar of Osendoyer, will you marry me? Yes and yes and yes. Hey. That was cute. And it's the same epilogue again. And we can end on this lovely screen. It is exactly the same ending. Nobody could hurt him. It's okay. I didn't want to hurt him either. He's too much of a cutie patootie. We should have broken it. Half the stream is very upset. I mean, we could always go back and heartbreak. Hey, well, hey, John. I'm glad you're a little drunk. Look at these good vibes. We got the boy. We married the boy. Please break it just to see. Okay, does anybody want to see... Does anybody want to see it broken just to see, and then we can go back and end on this picture? It's a happy end. No, no. Well, yeah, of course you do, Negapol. No. 3 no, 2 yeses. Good night, Kate. You can buy it if you want to see the break. That's right, Squid. You can buy the game if you want to see the break. Alright, alright, alright. We'll end on the happy. And for anybody who is interested in this game, because it's a really good game. As you can see, as you saw, I played almost all of the endings. It's only $6 because it's on sale right now. I highly recommend this game and all of the other ones made by this person. She's very good. So if you're interested in buying this game, seeing what happens with Gaston, Nazagi, the princess, Dolores, or if you just want to be cruel to Oscar, you can get the game for $6 and do that. It's so nice now. His poetry... Yeah, his poetry is so bad. That doesn't mean that we have to break his heart, Negapol. What kind of... Man, I don't want my heart broken just because I write bad poetry. Come on. I'm pretty sure I remember feeling awful after his bad end. Like, I'm pretty sure I felt so bad that it's the only game that I went back and played the good end. Because I felt so bad. Thank you! I actually really, really love this. I love it. It's apparently like old school Korean. Thanks, Cece. I'm not sure I've ever shared any of my poetry though. See all the endings? That's fair, Negapol. Oh, yeah, that. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I did indeed finish Steins Gate, and the rest, well, I haven't played any more than we've seen on stream, because I have plans to watch the Steins Gate anime with Zek and Casey, so. Thanks, John. Unfortunately, I have become convinced that novel writing and poetry writing are completely opposite things, but I am trying my hardest. And I've been trying my hardest. Oh, go ahead, Maya. Good luck. Paul is now 7 ahead. I'd be okay with it, Bill Nye, because at least I could laugh at their bad poetry. Oh, yep, John. Oh, yep. Asagao's next. Oh, man. That writing is between 1 and 4 years old for me. I don't, like, 4 years. Back when I was still in college, y'all. Ugh. So, as we're winding down the stream, does anybody have one good thing that happened today or something they're looking forward to tomorrow to talk about? People do get so into the VNs. I really love it, Zen. I really, really love it. That sounds like a great thing, Tian. Oh, interesting. Well, I hope your son does super well in bowling. Aw, I'm glad, Cece. Oh, I'm sorry, Guckin. Is there anything you can look forward to tomorrow? Ooh, jazz band. Good luck. Getting a dog and bullying to pick the name. Congratulations on your new doggo. Young for Life, thank you for following and enjoy your apprenticeship. One day, Zen. Chip Skylark. Oh, that sounds cool, Maya. I hope it's great. Getting to see your sisters, that's sweet. Breath of the Wild? Nice. Ooh, good luck, Guckin. Good luck. I love Breath of the Wild is so good. It's obnoxious how good that game is. Campaigning for the dog's name as hard as Maya's campaigning for Paul. Well, then you should see some success. Oh, man. Asagao. To do our duties. This is such pleasant music right now. I'm nervous, but it'll be fine. Oof, I'm getting the butterflies. I love it when people are nice when you're at work, Bill Nye. It's really nice. Our next game is not an Asagao sequel, no. It's about magic. Do your duty and vote for Paul. Oh, have fun, John. I know you will be. It'll be fine. It'll be good. Thanks, Cece. I'm very glad, Bill Nye. Thank you. Thank you, John. Oh my god, thanks, guys. I've been having a bit of a... I will pass on the message, John. I've been having a little bit of a writer's block, but we'll get through it. Oh, it will be like right on the knife's edge in the middle, Guckin, for sure. It is right in the middle. It is like, man. Oof, that game. I'm like vaguely frustrated because I'm having a hard time with this one character's route, and so I'm like, that game. I'm glad you guys are looking forward to it. Thank you for being nice. I'm working hard. I'm working hard on it. I'm trying to break through that writer's block, y'all. Hi, Zach. Did you just tune back in? But look at the picture, Zach. No, we don't have a release date, especially now that I'm working a full-time job. We don't, you know, it'll be harder to get things done on the same timeline, so we're not going to announce a release date until we're pretty certain we know when it's going to be released. And the same thing with most of the assets. We're probably not going to show any assets until we're pretty certain that the game is almost done. So it's probably going to be a little while. Unfortunately, it's very frustrating when you can't show people the results of your work. Thank you, Bill Nye. That's really sweet. Yeah, we learned that you don't set release dates as goals, because that's impossible. Thank you, Guckin. That's sweet. Man, y'all are so supportive. Jeez. Jeez, y'all. I hope so. I'm gonna work hard to make it good. Yeah. Definitely, if there's one thing we're gonna be known for, it will be known for taking our sweet time, and when the games come out, they're like good. They're done complete games, because by the time the games come out, we will be so sick of working on them that they will be nearly perfect because we don't even want to bother looking at them anymore. Danny's still. We're moving around some things. Danny's doing the backgrounds this time. We'll probably be using slightly different musicians, different voice actors, and so on. That's fair, Negapole. Anyways, it is about 10. Danny with a Y. Danny with a Y. Mm-hmm. It is about 10. It is about time to end the stream. Didn't need play Asagao early? Nope. Nope. A select group of my friends played Asagao early, and that's pretty much it. But I'll see you on Tuesday I'll see you on Tuesday for my demise. I'm giving you guys a heads up. I'm gonna start the stream slightly earlier than normal, just because I have a getting ready screen that I'm gonna put up. So if you see the stream go up earlier than normal, don't freak out. But that's all. Good night, guys. Thank you. Bye-bye.